Welcome back to Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks. I'm here in front of the Kia of all vehicles to discuss my least favorite automotive topic. Vehicle batteries. I hate buying vehicle batteries. I don't know why. I just don't want to spend any more money on a battery than I have to. And to avoid buying batteries, I will usually charge them within an inch of their life. I will charge a battery multiple times to be absolutely sure that it will not take a charge before I spring the money and go buy a new battery. Now, that being said, I have a few things I do like. One of the stores right here in Garden City, Kansas, sells factory blend batteries for a flat rate price, no core. So you just buy the battery, take it home, it's your battery. And with that, it's flat rate. They have a pallet of them. They get one pallet a year, and they go through them when people buy them. And then if you buy one, you get it. It works great. Fine. Keep it. It's yours. No warranty, nothing else. That being said, because I hate buying batteries and I love factory blend batteries, I get to save the money. Because if you go to the auto parts store, have you looked at battery prices lately? My wife's Tundra needs a battery. They want $200 to $250, up to $500 for a brand spanking new battery with a warranty. Now, that being said, if I can get a factory blend battery to fit my vehicle, or my wife's vehicle in this case, you better bet I'm going to buy that blend battery for that flat rate price and put it in there. In fact, if you look real closely in the videos of the mill truck, it actually has one of those blend batteries. I think I paid, I just bought this one the other day. It was $89.99 plus tax, brought it to about $94, $95. Still beats the heck out of that $250 battery, right? I agree. Now, the Kia here, that's why I'm bringing up this topic. I have charged this battery. I have charged this battery, and I have charged this battery to the point where there was times where the battery charger wouldn't even recognize that the battery was connected to the charger. So I had to bring in a 12-volt power source. Basically, it was a dumb charger for like a Power Wheels or something. It was a little transformer, plugs into an outlet, and it had wires. Of course, I had to cut it, strip the ends off, and just electric tape them to the post on the battery to bring this battery up to enough voltage that the battery charger would see the battery. And then I was able to get it to charge. The Kia will start once or twice. I'll even drive it around, let the alternator charge it for a while, and then usually within a day or so, it won't start again. So that being said, that's why we're here. We're going to replace the battery in the Kia today with one of those factory blend batteries from the hardware store. That being said, if you don't have a hardware store that has those type of batteries available, another source, check your local junkyards. I know Pick Apart in some of the bigger cities, Pull Your Part, anything like that. They usually have a flat rate price again for batteries. They will probably charge you a little extra for a warranty or require that you bring in your old battery as a core, which is fine. They're going to take that and send it off so that lead can be recycled into yet a new car battery. So do that. By all means, turn in your old lead batteries. I'm collecting a bunch of lead batteries for a future video, and I've been collecting them for close to a decade now. It's going to be a fun video when we do it. So we've used the multimeter. We've used the charger. There's the battery I was pointing at. It says usable, and it has been stamped, branded from the factory as a factory second. The little not much of a display. They just have a sign in the store. It says blend batteries, and they're priced for the blend batteries. Here is the battery in the Kia. It's an older Duralast absorbed AGM. I guess they say it's an absorbed glass mat. I don't know. Can't prove that. But anyway, there's your battery size and type. 900 cranking amps. Always, please be safe. Remove your negative post first. That disconnects the ground from the entire body before you try to remove your positive post. Because if you ground that out while disconnecting it, you're going to weld or burn yourself with your wrench. You'll probably weld your wrench to somewhere on the vehicle, whatever metal it happens to be contacting. So, battery safety. Disconnect your ground first. There we go. We've got that loose. Yes, it wasn't very tight. I've already loosened it off camera. That being said, let's keep going. We got this guy here. Oh, yeah. Try looking at it through the camera lens while you're wrenching. There's a new challenge. All right, see, that's a little bent too. I'm not happy about that. We might try to straighten that out later. Probably off camera. To make that easier to, well, just make it better. I despise poor battery connections, poor wiring in general. That is my thing. If you're bad at connecting stuff to your vehicle, your wiring, if you're bad at connecting it, you're going to have bad connections. You're going to have unreliable connections. And don't be that guy. I'm not that guy. Please. All right, we're going to disconnect this guy. And we're going to hope that that other battery just happens to be the same height as this battery. I know the posts are further over, but I think we'll be able to make a reach. All right. Instead of using the ratchet, I'm going to use the fancy ratchet. Because I have it. All right, that's loose. And put that right there. Put that up there. All right, I was slightly incorrect on the, yeah, these are in the right spots. So, slightly narrower this way. And we're going to see about the height here in just a moment. All right, that sits in there quite well. I'm sure this is going to be quite enough battery, because it works quite well on the mill truck. We already have one of these batteries on the mill truck. And it was last year's model, whatever they had last year that came in. See? That's why this isn't connected yet. I would almost... Yeah, well, actually it can't reach, but just in case, if I was using a longer wrench, you don't want it to ever arc out. And that's the exact terminology, arcing. It might be arc welding in some cases, or you just make an arc and melt something, whether it's the post or the battery or the wrench. You don't want to do that. All right, well, that is on there. Not the most secure connection, but that's the factory pieces I've been dealt. It's just a metal tab. It's wiggling. That's no biggie. All right, we're just going to go ahead and drop this guy in there. Oh, looks like we got a pretty darn good fit. All right, we're going to switch this to tighten now. All right, we'll switch to manual wrenching mode. We don't want it to be too tight. We just want it to hold the battery in position. Ow. Not happy with the battery position. Loosen that just ever so slightly. There we go. And snug that back down. The battery was slightly canted. The battery has what I can only describe as like a French cleat. And the battery tray has the reverse fit of that. And of course the tab here pinches that cleat on the opposite side of the battery. So that's how they hold these batteries in place. I like it. It works. It's simple. There we go. And there we go. Uh-oh. Not wild about this style of connection. Okay. Hey, that's a silicone ring, by the way, so it's not going to arc out either. I work around equipment that can be high voltage or semi-high voltage. 600 volts is nothing to sneeze at. There we go. So we're going to collect the tools out of the way, and then we're going to actually don't even have to have the key in the ignition. Oh, this needs to go back on. But have to sit in the cab of the vehicle to start it. Let's see if I have to retake that. I'm convinced that that dust is why I'm sick today. All right. Hey, if you're new to the Kia, here it is. It's a push button start. The key is in my pocket. Oh, I have to put my foot on the brake. And there we go. It's going to do a self-check. It's telling me the hood's open. Duh. It's got a lot of neat features in here. I love the features. I would have never picked some of these features or paid extra for them. But considering what I paid for the car, I'm very impressed with it. It's got a lot of cool features. Look at there, it's got some sort of like crash avoidance, lane departure stuff, cruise control stuff, headlights and blinkers and wipers. Great, great, great. You know, all my old school trucks have that. I'm very impressed with how quickly my phone will actually link up to the navigation infotainment system here. Currently don't have AC. I've got to fix when I replaced the radiator, I also had to replace the AC condenser, and when I put the hardware in the AC condenser, I cross-threaded it or over-torqued it and stripped it out. So I need to fix the AC condenser, and then I can recharge the AC system. Thanks for joining me in this video. I have 2 comment requests. 1, comment your favorite source of affordable automotive batteries. 2, the person who leaves the most comments to the most videos, hopefully positive comments, will win themselves a free tumbler just like this one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your buddies. We'll see you in the next one. Y'all behave.